There is a sound so deep that humans can't hear it, but it can vibrate your eyeballs and make you feel like you've seen a ghost. It's called infrasound, any frequency below 20 hertz. While you can't hear it, your body can feel it. At around 19 hertz, the ghost frequency, it matches the resonant frequency of the human eye, causing visual distortions. It also creates feelings of anxiety, dread, and chills. Scientists believe this is the real cause behind many haunted locations. Not spirits, just a sound you can't hear. The loudest sound ever recorded was so powerful it ruptured the eardrums of sailors 40 miles away. In 1883, the Krakatoa volcano erupted with the force of 10,000 nuclear bombs. The blast was heard over 3,000 miles away, and the shockwave was so immense, it traveled around the entire planet 4 times. Barometers across the globe registered the spike in pressure for 5 days. If you were in London, it sounded like a cannon firing next to you from a volcano on the other side of the world. There is a 600-year-old book that the world's best code breakers and even AI can't understand. It's called the Voynich manuscript. It's filled with illustrations of bizarre plants that don't exist, strange astrological charts, and pages of elegant handwriting. The problem? The language it's written in is completely unknown and has never been seen anywhere else. To this day, no one knows if it's a lost language, an unbreakable code, or the most elaborate hoax in history. In 1977, a telescope picked up a powerful 72-second signal from deep space. The astronomer who found it simply wrote, "Wow." The WOW signal was a narrow-band radio signal that perfectly matched the theoretical signature of an extraterrestrial message. It was 30 times stronger than background radiation and came from a direction with no known planets or stars. It was the most promising candidate for alien contact ever found. For over 40 years, scientists have aimed their telescopes at that same spot and have heard nothing but silence. In 1982, an Australian man woke up and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna type every number from 1 to 1,000,000. Not digits, the actual words. It took him 16 years. 16 years! That's 19,990 pages of pure pain, typing 3 pages a day with 1 finger. By the time he finished, technology had moved on, people had email, Wi-Fi, and he still had a typewriter and back pain. But hey, he got a world record for the slowest burnout ever. He performed thousands of successful surgeries and was hailed as a miracle worker, but he never even finished high school. His name was Ferdinand Waldo de Mera, the Great Impostor. During the Korean War, he stole the identity of a real doctor and ended up as a surgeon on a Canadian Navy destroyer. With a photographic memory and a steady hand, he performed major surgeries, including amputations, using only medical textbooks as his guide. He was only caught after his mother saw an article praising his work and told reporters, "That's my son, he's a fake." In 2015, a random guy literally bought Google.com for $12. He was just scrolling through Google's own domain shop, saw it listed, thought it was a glitch, hit buy, and it worked! For one glorious minute, he owned Google. He had full access to their webmaster tools, basically could have deleted the internet if he sneezed wrong. Then Google refunded him and took it back, sent him a "thanks for finding the bug" reward for exactly $66.13. If you type that number on a calculator, it spells Google. And yes, he donated it to charity. Probably because he didn't want Google's lawyers typing his name next. Ever thought your phone buzzed but it didn't? That's called phantom vibration, and it happens more than you think. It's usually tied to how often you check your phone, stress levels, or waiting for a message. When your brain stays alert for notifications, it starts mistaking tiny movements like your clothes shifting or a muscle twitch for a real vibration. Basically, your brain's on notification autopilot. A man decided to eat only ice cream for 7 days. Day 1, pure joy, living the dream. Day 3, reality hits, sugar crash, dizzy, and regretting life choices. By day 5, he's got headaches, nausea, and a sudden hatred for vanilla. Doctors said his blood sugar levels were basically a dessert buffet. By day 7, he swore never to look at ice cream again. The moral? Even dreams melt when they're made of sugar. Ever wondered why your voice sounds so weird in recordings? It's because you've never actually heard it. When you speak, you're hearing vibrations inside your skull. That's why your voice sounds deeper and smoother to you. But a microphone doesn't pick that up. It captures how you sound to everyone else. So that voice you cringe at on recordings, that's the real you. And the one in your head? Just your skull's remix version. A Russian doctor in Antarctica was the only one who could save his own life by operating on himself. In 1961, Leonid Rogozov developed acute appendicitis while trapped on a remote base during a polar winter. As the only doctor, he had no choice. Using a mirror to see, he injected himself with local anesthetic, and with two non-medical assistants handing him tools, he cut himself open and removed his own appendix. The entire operation lasted nearly 2 hours, and just 2 weeks later, he was back on duty.
The internet's favorite alpha isn't even real. Gigachad is literally a model photoshopped by a Russian artist. Sharp jaw, god-tier muscles, pure perfection. But people turned him into the symbol of ultimate masculinity. Now every time someone wins at life, Gigachad moment! Bro didn't speak once and became legend.
In France, a team of thieves pulled off one of the boldest daylight robberies ever. 8 priceless artifacts stolen in just 7 minutes. They disguised themselves as construction workers, balaclavas on, carrying power tools. Using a furniture lift, they climbed up to a window and smashed through glass cases with angle grinders like it was a movie scene. They grabbed everything, jewels worth millions, but dropped a crown that once belonged to Napoleon's wife, Empress Eugenie. Then they sped up on scooters, leaving tools scattered behind. Alarms went off, guards rushed in, but by the time they arrived, the thieves were gone. 8 irreplaceable pieces of history gone in under 420 seconds. Scientists have found a milk that is so nutritious they think it could be the future, and it comes from a cockroach. It's not a joke. A specific type of cockroach feeds its young with protein bench crystals that are considered a complete food. These crystals have 3 times the energy of the same amount of cow's milk. As the world looks for sustainable protein, this cockroach milk is being seriously studied as a potential superfood for humans. So while you won't be pouring it on your cereal tomorrow, you might see its proteins in energy supplements sooner than you think.
A British vlogger named We Hate the Cold went to Nepal for a simple travel vlog, but ended up in the middle of a full-blown Gen Z protest. Dressed for sightseeing, he suddenly found himself filming barricades, chants, tear gas clouds, and thousands of young activists. He wasn't the plan, he became the story. Locals started pointing him at cameras almost like a war correspondent. In minutes, his subscriber count exploded, his scooter was surrounded by revolution footage, and the internet called him the accidental journalist.
An artist taped a banana to a wall and someone paid $120,000 for it. At the Art Basel Festival, artist Maurizio Catalan presented his work titled Comedian. It was literally a fresh banana bought from a grocery store secured to a wall with a single piece of duct tape. 3 editions were sold, each for over 6 figures. The buyer didn't even get the banana, they got a certificate of authenticity and instructions on how to tape their own banana to a wall. In 1994, the US Air Force proposed a bomb that wouldn't kill soldiers, it would make them sexually irresistible to each other. A declassified proposal from a US military lab outlined a plan for a non-lethal aphrodisiac bomb. The theory was that spraying enemy troops with a potent chemical could cause a complete breakdown of discipline and morale by making them homosexually attracted to one another. The idea was ultimately scrapped, but the proposal won an award for being one of the strangest military plans ever conceived. Apple's new $150 iPhone Pocket isn't just a product, it's a test of how much you're willing to pay for a logo. By re-releasing a product they sold for a fraction of the price in 2004, Apple is exposing a powerful truth about modern consumerism. The product itself is almost irrelevant. Its value comes from the brand. They're not selling a sock, they're selling status, nostalgia, and a sense of belonging to their ecosystem. The ridiculous price isn't a mistake, it's a calculated move to see if their brand is more powerful than our common sense. Why is the internet suddenly obsessed with the number 67? Some are calling it a glitch in the matrix. People started noticing the number appearing in weirdly specific places, from the number of US battleships at Pearl Harbor to strange coordinates in video games. This has fueled countless conspiracy theories, with people claiming it's a code or a sign. There's no single proven event, but the sheer volume of coincidences is what's making it go viral. Is it a real conspiracy or just our brains trying to find patterns in chaos? Either way, you'll probably start seeing it everywhere now too. The next time you order a coffee, remember the person making it might be at their breaking point. Over 1,000 Starbucks employees are now on strike, not just for money, but for their mental health. They're on the front lines of boycotts, chaotic product launches, and customer frustration, all while being understaffed. They argue their pay doesn't reflect the intense emotional labor now required for the job. This isn't just a strike about wages, it's a cry for basic respect and a job that's become more stressful than ever.